My name is Gary MacInnis. I'm a lawyer in Austin, Texas. I want to talk to you today about exemptions from creditors' claims in the state of Texas. I've also titled this as Why Be Afraid of the Big Bad Wolf. Texas residents enjoy some advantages that residents in other states do not have. First of all, no one can take any kind of a writ of garnishment or a writ of execution or other collection writ against you until they first obtain a judgment. They have to have served you with a copy of a petition, a citation. They have to file it in a court of law, and it has to proceed to a day in court. You do have an opportunity to file a response, and if you file your answer or response timely, you'll be able to raise any defenses that you have, and you'll be able to go to court, explain your side of it to the judge or to the jury. After all of that is concluded, and assuming that they get a judgment against you, they still have a long way to go. They have a very difficult task in collecting a judgment in the state of Texas. Texas gives very generous exemptions. And an exemption is defined as an immunity. It's to be free from an obligation, a duty, or a liability to which others are subject. And what exactly is a Texas resident exempt from? They're exempt from writs of garnishment, they're exempt from writs of execution, they're exempt from other attachment or other turnover orders or other collection remedies or forms of legal seizure. The exemptions are very generous. In Texas you have a urban homestead which is up to 10 acres. They don't consider value in the state of Texas. They consider acreage. So you could have $1 million home on that 10 acres and it is going to be beyond creditors' reach. The rural homestead is up to 200 acres, which is exempt. It cannot be reached by creditors. In addition, there is $60,000 worth of personal property per family, which is exempt. Creditors cannot reach it. In the case of a single person, it is $30,000 of personal property that is exempt. But in addition to that $30,000, each member of the family got to have their own motor vehicle, and that also is exempt. Wages are always exempt. Under the Texas Constitution, your wages cannot be garnished. The wages that you have from your employer. Once you take the wages, put them in your savings account, then they can reach them. But they cannot serve your employer with a writ of garnishment and take your wages. The exemptions are extremely generous. They put your assets really beyond the reach of creditors. The biggest reason that debtors in the state of Texas go into bankruptcy is because, not because they're afraid of the writs of garnishment or not because they're afraid of the writs of execution. It's because they hate the calls from the debt collectors. But instead of just simply hanging up on the debt collectors, they wind up filing for bankruptcy protection. The problem is with that strategy is a negative credit comment about a credit card takes about 7 years to come off your record. A bankruptcy is on your record for a minimum of 10 years, then any bank loan application that you fill out in the future, if it will ask you the question, have you ever filed for bankruptcy protection, and you are obligated to answer that question, even after that 10-year period. There are big advantages to staying out of bankruptcy, and with the exemptions we have in the state of Texas, it's really not necessary.